Jesus, what's going on? Happy Thursday. Yeah, I mean, the Christmas is over.
Yeah.
How was your Christmas? Is everything good?
My Christmas was great. On the timeline, I was boycotting Christmas. In real life, I got an iWatch. Cause I had a good Christmas with the fam. The kids got the Nintendo Switch, so they happy. They got the games and all that. They ain't do nothing. They ain't play with nothing else but that. I remember back in my day. At that age 10, we was playing with toys. These kids don't play with toys anymore. They play with electronics. So
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
So you get them one little Nintendo DS and that, or a Switch, and that's what they be playing with the whole Christmas day.
Yeah.
How'd your holiday go?
I mean, it was okay. My mom came over. The girl cooked. The kids. I don't know. I always think they got too many toys, man. I'm like, man, you got too many toys. She just opened one box after another, man. I was just like, I mean, whatever. It's the holidays. I'm just thankful, you know what I mean? It
Yeah,
got a roof over my head and everything and all that. So it was good to go.
yeah. See,
It was cool.
you kind of like a newer parent than me because
Yeah.
my daughter, she 15, or she turned 15 in a couple of weeks. So just remember, at Christmas time, you don't gotta buy a whole lot of toys. You only gotta buy one of the right toys.
Right.
You know what I mean? And to keep them busy, like the Nintendo Switch was like the perfect toy. You know what I mean? But it's the thing is, these kids not gonna remember half the shit you give them. They not gonna appreciate the other half. You know what I mean? But as long as you get them that one thing, they gonna be just all right.
Indeed, man. Indeed.
I'm trying to pull my. You see this right here?
Yeah.
I'm about to twist it up. My sideburns, so I get some allied privilege in it.
Yo, man.
I'm starting off bad today.
Holy smokes.
We was the original Hebrews, by the way.
Yeah, I'll never forget when the Nasir's the Egypt the dude from Egypt said
Oh,
about them, man. That was that's some real knowledge, man.
he said when the Hebrews left, they left black, and when they came back, I ain't gonna repeat the rest. Y'all go look that up. Uh-huh.
What else happened? Oh yeah, Trump. You know they try to get Trump, man, not visiting the troops,
Yeah,
and he slipped. He slicked them. They had the drafts ready. Not only did they have the drafts ready, they submitted the forms, submitted the reports. Oh, Trump, the first president not to visit the troops in on Christmas, and there you know he pops up in Iraq, man.
popped up in Iraq,
Yeah.
where we wasn't supposed to be in the first damn place. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know, man. It's surprising we still got a base there. You know, they're moving. He said we're going to leave Syria,
Yeah,
and everybody's upset about that. You know, and Rubio's upset. Everybody's upset. And then Trump said, "Man, hey, man, we give we give Israel billions of dollars, man. They can handle it themselves.
yeah, they'd be all right.
They'll be all right, man. They can do what they got to do." I thought that was interesting. He said that.
Yeah, and media ain't want to talk about that too heavy.
You're right about that. You're right. You're definitely right about that. Um,
Um,
thanks.
now what you
No,
say?
go ahead.
What happened? You about to say thanks something?
Oh no, I was about to thank Dylan and Metal Dogs in the chat. People coming in the chat room. Please hit that thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. And please hit that share button.
Word. Nah, they came at Trump about the troops. They
Right.
said that the are we on that topic right now?
Yeah. Let's. I guess we can just go to that.
Yeah, cause, 'cause, 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 first they complained and said that he wasn't supporting the troops and he visited them. Then he finally goes to visit the troops, and now they're complaining because the troops are giving him a MAGA hat to sign.
Yeah.
As if the MAGA hat is like illegal somehow.
Mm-hmm.
So, our beloved conservative following was able to surface a video of Barack Obama signing Barack Obama merch. They said that Trump can't do it because it's political, blase, blase, blase. But they ain't say nothing when Barack did it. If Michelle was out there having him signing that new book, I bet you wouldn't have said nothing.
Yeah, shout outs to Michelle, man. I got my mother that book, she was waiting for that book, She said, I ain't gonna buy it. My son gonna buy it for Christmas.
Yo, every black woman got that book.
Yeah, everybody got that book, man.
Yo, that was like the ultimate Christmas gift and shit.
It was. It definitely was. But yeah, that was crazy that CNN would go to the lengths of getting those service members in trouble. I thought it was all about the troops and everything else, but on Christmas, they're going to be like, oh, this is, we think it's illegal. They shouldn't be signing his hat. That's a campaign slogan. It's political. I mean, I was in the service, granted, politics wasn't as high energy as it was back then. And nobody was having like hats and, slogans like that would make America great again. But man, I don't see why, if you were the commander, maybe if it would fall under it technically, but are you going to prosecute those soldiers? You're going to give them Article 15s? And what do you think the soldiers are going to be like when CNN causes them to get written up?
What's Article 15?
That's like if and you're in the military, they give you Article 15 for that's like your first strike. You know what I mean? If you screw up, it's not like a severe screw up, but if you get a couple Article 15s, this is your warning shot. They're like,
gotcha.
Oh, we're going to get you this Article 15. We'll get this paperwork, right? It's like they put you on papers. You know what I'm saying? They put you on papers like, hey, man, you want to chill out for a while, then it will be all right. But if you get a couple more of these Article 15s, we're going to knock your head off and kick you out.
I see. That makes sense. Damn. I think it's really foul. It's as if this is like, you're not allowed. I mean, all right. So I heard one lady say, she said a lot of stupid shit on a CNN segment I saw. White lady, probably a liberal, dark hair, probably an ally.
Yeah.
He goes, the military is not supposed to be a political group or a political organization or a political tool. What? That is exactly what a military is.
Right.
It's a political arm. Now I understand she might mean that as in, affecting a race, a political campaign race. But now the troops aren't allowed to have pride in America. They're not allowed to have pride in Donald Trump. And then she also said that the campaign slogan, Make America Great Again, was a political campaign slogan. Now, although that may be true, that political campaign slogan is so great because of the fact that it's universal if you are an American. If you are an American and you want the best for yourself and your family and America, Make America Great Again should resonate with you. If you are overseas fighting for the people of the United States and you in them trenches, Make America Great Again is on the forefront of your mind. You either making America great again or you're going to make the cemetery great again. So they trying to say it's a political slogan. And I'm like, the troops should love that slogan, period, because that's what they are fighting for.
Right.
And they want to strip us of that all because they got TDS. And that's a mental illness.
Yeah. TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. I wonder when they're going to put that in the psychology books, man.
In the next DSM, right? Bruh.
What's up, Shauna Lee? What's up, Ryan Smith, Christian, Doctor Doc Doctorson? What's going on? Thanks for coming in.
Hit the thumbs up. We got 30 people watching in the YouTube. Hit the thumbs up. I want to hit like a 50% ratio on likes to viewers. Show us some love, man. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah, show us some love. Hey, did you hear that they going after Trump? Because he was supposed to be in Vietnam, and Fred Trump got him. One of his tenants was a podiatrist. And Fred Trump, he's like, "Hey man, why don't you hook my son up with some bone spurs in his foot, so he don't gotta go to Vietnam, right?" But this was like hearsay. It was like the podiatrist's daughters. It was like an old family tale that I guess they tell it every year that, that he told before because the doctor died. He said, yeah, I hooked Donald Trump up with bone spurs so he didn't have to go to Vietnam. Did you hear that story, man?
Nah, I ain't hear that, yo.
I'm like, man, what are you mad at him for? I'm like, first of all, it's so much revisionist history because, back in the day, the left was way against Vietnam. Now they're like, he should have went to Vietnam. I was like, if you was back then, you wouldn't have went to Vietnam either, man.
Right.
Like how on one end, you praise Muhammad Ali for not going. He said, man, I'm on religious reasons, I'm not going to Vietnam. People will praise him for that, right? And I think rightfully so. But just because Donald had the connections and to get out, I'm not going to put that on him. I mean, it might show his privilege or whatever, but I'm like, you would do the same thing. I know plenty of brothers just went crazy, like go into recruitment office and just fall out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when I was in Boy Scouts, some of our troop leaders, these older dudes, and they used to tell us stories. Actually, no, I think this was ROTC. It was ROTC, and Chief was like, cats used to be in the you get a call like to go to like Vietnam or something. People were just slamming their arms in the door, anything, jumping off buildings, just anything to injure themselves so they wouldn't be able to go, yo.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Vietnam was some real shit, man. I mean, I don't blame anybody for not going, to be honest with you. My dad went to Vietnam, you know what I mean? And, he used to tell me plenty of people didn't come home, you know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is with that.
They didn't see Forrest Gump. Cats was out there protesting hard body. The left would have been out there protesting Vietnam if Vietnam was right now. And now they want Trump to go? Hypocrisy, bigotry on Front Street.
Yo, you see, what do you think about Chris Rock as a comedian, man?
As a comedian?
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of morphed over the years, right?
Right, yeah.
He went from like majority of like a black crowd to like now he has like a majority white crowd. Right. And that usually happens once you go mainstream because of the population ratios. But I think he's funny. Obviously, I think he was funnier back in the day. Like he had that one classic stand-up special. I think it was an hour-long joint. But I mean, he's not Cat. He's not Eddie. He's not. Even Dave Chappelle kind of did that when he came back. And now they liberal. They getting at a whole liberal thing. And I don't know, maybe because I'm older, I'm seeing like different things, or I'm more educated, so I'm seeing different things than I was when I was younger and watching these cats. But I don't know. He's funny, but
he seems like he's like a different type of funny. You know what I mean? He's not like the regular comedians. Like he has a certain place. You know what I mean? He's not in the upper echelon, but he's kind of high. You know what I'm saying? Like he's under Richard and Eddie and all them.
Yeah.
But he's above like Kevin Hart and all them, of the people of today. I think.
I think Red Grant funnier than him.
Who's Red Grant?
Red Grant is the light-skinned cat that rolled with Cat Williams. He
okay.
Rapping between his teeth.
Yeah.
Light-skinned brother.
Okay.
Arnell, the other chick in Cat Williams' camp, is funnier than Chris Rock. But I still think Chris is funnier than like almost all the white comedians, and he's funnier than Kevin Hart. Right? That's why I put him. You know, he's like a hybrid between a great and a not so great to me.
Okay.
Because he got history. Like he was Pookie in New Jack City. Yeah, he was in mad movies.
Yeah. Yeah, I think his movie game would helped him a lot more than his comedy game. In movies, I think he had pretty stand up characters. But anyway, you saw him. They had this old interview came up. Now my theory is, I'm gonna put my I would have put my tinfoil on. I think they asked Chris Rock to do the Oscars. He told them, hell no. I already did the Oscars. I'm done doing it again.
Uh-huh.
So out comes suddenly old video comes out where they're discussing the N word. You know what I mean? So Louis C.K. just brings it, like he calls Louis C.K. He's like, Louis is like every worst stereotype of black person is Louis C.K. And then Louis C.K. says, "Oh, I'm an N-word." He just says it. Oh my gosh, you know how it went, man.
Yeah, I was right on the timeline too, acting like a liberal. I was like, look at these racist white liberals using these racial slurs. I came at Chris Rock too. I was like, and the black liberal Negro that allows it.
The buffer Negro.
The buffer Negro. You know what I mean? I mean, that shit's stupid at the end of the day. And comedy, I don't know. I guess comedy's whatever. Like, I don't take no type way, like, when that shit happens. But the outrage is just always funny, yo. How people...
It definitely is, man. Everybody was outraged. I mean, I didn't really care, man, for it. You know, I think... Because, I think he had that sketch when he had niggas and black people. That was... I guess that was one of his viral moments. Like, if it happened in social media, it would have been super viral. He went so as far as he said he doesn't even do it anymore because he said racists would used to use that sketch as an example. I mean, even though what he was saying, it was true. I mean, it's true. It just got out of hand. Everybody started using this. So I think that's what CK was going. He was going back to that, and that's how the conversation. Because Chris Rock said he doesn't even say the word anymore. He was just done with it. I think I don't know. Maybe he had one of them Dave Chappelle moments, like, oh man, whatever, man, like whatever. I don't know. But that was crazy. That was hilarious. And everybody was getting on Chris. And then what's his name? Who was Seinfeld, man? Jerry Seinfeld? Mm-hmm. Oh man, the cookout invites were going left and right, man. Seinfeld's getting some potato salad. He's getting some mac and cheese. He's getting some ribs. And all he said was, oh man, like he said, I didn't find any. But first off, let me say, he first said, if you listen to that video again, he first said, I don't see you being that, Louis C.K. So basically he's saying, no, Louis C.K. can't be an N-word. He can't be, you know what I'm saying? He's better than that. That's what I took it as. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was like, that's what he's really saying. But y'all was saying, just because he don't want to say the word, oh, we got to give Seinfeld this. Oh, Seinfeld was the only person that had sense, was talking sense. I'm like, we so quick to jump off of Chris Rock and we're like, see, Seinfeld's what you're supposed to be doing. I'm like, man, I thought we were supposed to have our backs. You know what
I'm saying? You know that ain't happening.
No.
When I was down there when TPUSA had their black event down by the White House, we hopped in that Uber, and Uber was a foreigner, of course, and very, very, very warm, great energy, beautiful energy this man had from Ethiopia. And, he basically, after some, little conversation, he basically asked, like, what's some good advice And I said, yo, what's the most important word in America? He was like, nigga. I was like, no, you're not supposed to say that, because he was one of them Ethiopians that look more Arab. You know what I mean? But
Okay.
he said it, and I'm just like, damn. It was funny to me because in a way he's right. Right, like that is like, look how people react when that word is spoken. You know, even white folks get mad when you don't let them. They be like, why can't we say it? Right? It's a word, you know? So like, in a way he's right. The answer was investing, but he took it somewhere else. I was just like, damn. But it's I don't know, when that word get dropped, everything gets dropped, man. It's like all attention is there.
Yeah. That's, I don't know. That's
Yo,
crazy.
have you ever wanted to like rob a bank or do something stupid like that, and you needed a diversion? You should hire a white man to go like in town center and just scream nigga 20 times. Everybody would be there, the cameras, everybody be there in no time. Be a traffic jam. You know what I'm saying? Protesters out there, DeRay would be on the next flight. For real.
Yeah, man, that would be that'd be D-Ray would be there, Sean King would be there.
Ebro.
Ebro. Oh my gosh, man.
Yeah.
And then Travis Scott, he got in, I don't know what brought this up. Somebody had brought up his old interview about Mike Brown, and it caused quite a little bit of a stir. I remember when this happened, when he said that, because I remember people were like, "Man, what are you doing, man?" Like, people were like kind of iffy about that, but I guess people just wrote it off as Travis Scott. Now in 2018, he has probably, arguably, one of the best albums of the year. So somebody goes back and looks at all his, brings that back up, and and here we go again. I don't understand this phenomena of, going and getting old tweets, old videos, and then you're going to you're going to get mad at it again. It happened like 5-6 years ago, and now you're going to be mad at it again. Yeah. Like, black people weren't living 5-6 years ago. Like, we didn't go through it, but now you want to put today's political correctness on older events, and I don't understand that.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's if it was Drake, it wouldn't have been no problem.
Right.
You seen he was the blackface, and everybody made excuses for him. So it depends on what club you in. If you're not in some of these clubs, the liberals, you can do whatever you want in they club. Unless it's real crazy. With Ocasio-Cortez out there now, I don't know. She cleaning up the left. You better not slip up. She cover everybody. I don't know. It's murky out here, man.
It is, man. It is. And I'm cleaning up stuff now, man.
You gotta just be deleting tweets all the time. Like, oh, what's another keyword I can? Somebody, we gotta drop that service, man.
Yeah. LeBron. Oh. He had now, speaking about hip hop, LeBron he quoted a 21 Savage song. And, he's done this occasionally. I think he did this with T Grizzly. He does that occasionally when he's working out, and I think the lyric was 21 Savage was like, what did he say? When money is Jewish, everything is kosher. Like, everything is, I took the word as money is Jewish and everything is kosher, that all his money is clean. That's how I got it. Yeah. But some reporter, I think Darren Ravel, was like, oh, LeBron shouldn't retweet this, put this on Instagram, blah, blah, blah. And man, just last week, funny thing is, the week before, LeBron James said, all those NFL owners, all those old white men, oh, they can't control me. This is what LeBron said last week. They can't control me. Now this week, oh, if I offended anybody, isn't that crazy?
Last week they couldn't control you. This week is I'm sorry. Woo! I told you, depends on what club you mess with. There's a whole lot of gangs out here. Some gangs got more power than others. You mess with that rainbow gang, it's gonna be a problem too. Everybody better step. The black gang is we losing. We need to step our shit up quick because this is bad. And
Now, another thing, a lot of people were making the distinction like, hey, you're going to apologize for this, but, all them songs, 21 Savage, and they talk black fratricide, you're killing other black folks. We never hear or apology for that. Never. Now, just to insinuate a certain ethnic group is rich or religious group is rich or has money forces an apology. Like, is it time for black folks to step up and clean up their own music?
It's been we way past due. We way past due. Did you see Meek Mill do his? Yo, Meek Mill did the biggest reversal tweet. He was like, he said the Jews own all our. What did he say? The Jews all our labels, our record labels, the movies, everything. And it's great. It's a compliment. We're just like, wait, how you do a U-turn like that, yo? It's like, these cats is playing it safe. Even Dame Dash played it safe. He was like, I don't want my statements to be taken out of context, my brother, my Jewish brother, what's the name, hit me up. And, I just want to say it's all love to my Jewish brethren. And, I was like, damn, they still want that Hollywood money.
They got Dame.
You got to keep, you see, at a certain level, it's like you got to keep 1 foot in Hollywood and 1 foot out.
Right.
So and that's where Meek at right now. Like Robert Kraft visited him while he was in jail. So, he's gang now. You know what I mean? So even if he say something, he still got to pull it back. You know what I mean? So look at Jay-Z on his record. He was like, look at how he backpedaled, right? So he said, I tell you how the Jews did it. Financial freedom, my only hope. On that record. Like, you didn't tell us how the Jews did it, ho. You said you was, but you didn't. So it's like, cats know better, man. The same. But my thing is, when people always say white supremacy, and LeBron doesn't have to apologize to the white man. Y'all got to do the calculus. Y'all got to do the calculus, man.
You got to do the math. We can't draw it out for you. You got to do the math. You know what I mean? Oh man, that was crazy. But I think it's been time. Like, that should show us as example, man. If they can be put pressured to clean up lyrics or whatever, then we should apply that same pressure for other things. How they treat women. How they talk about women on the records, crime and, all that, killing other black folks, shooting other black. That's got to stop, man. That's got to stop.
All of that, man. All of that. It's just toxic messages. Toxic messages, man. And we got to clean it up. I hear Meek trying to clean it up in his lyrics, but every once in a while he got to sell a brick or pop a gun, pop a gat, but... what I think all of that stuff is? It's more or less patriarchal. It's very masculine in nature. Like, you almost need, like, men need a certain amount of violence in their music, just as a man. Just in case, like, some shit go down. You might really need to turn on some music that's going to get you amped up to go handle your business, Mm-hmm. And that just goes for anything, even like the gym. Like music is vital for how your workout could turn out. Like this one dude says he doesn't listen to music when he works out because he doesn't want to cheat. And that just goes to show you the power of music and what it does to the body, you know? And I just think we got to be cognizant of that and understand how to use it, when to use it, and what's it for. But when it's directed, when the bullets is aimed at ourselves, that's the problem.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you exactly right. You hit the nail right on the head, dude. You hit the nail right on the head. Um, Now we talked about Trump earlier, him going to Iraq. Now it looks like he's got a new he's got his sights on the Fed, man.
Oh yeah.
Now people have been waiting for somebody to go at the Fed for like I don't know since I guess Ron Paul made that end the Fed. He made that kind of popular. Um, Now he's been going back, tweeting about the Fed and going back and forth about it. You know, talking they shouldn't have raised interest rates and everything else. Um, is this more like a charade or just for show, or is he really seriously trying to, do something with the Fed?
You know, my boy Trump always putting on a show, man. I try to tell cats, yo, Trump is the best show in America. And you got to watch it, but you have to understand we are watching a simulation. We are watching a show. And if you can't do the calculus, you're not going to know what's real and what's not. But I'm looking for the tweet now. But he also pulled the Meek Mill in his tweet when he was talking about the Fed in that tweet. And I totally understand. You know, we don't want to see our homeboy get his wig lifted. You know what I'm saying? So I can completely understand, and I don't blame him one bit. But he did come at the Fed and basically say, oh, you guys da 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 da. But it wasn't on topic. I'll say that. It didn't. He didn't mention fractional reserve.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Printing of the money, quantitative easing. He didn't mention any of that. But at the same time, he's still throwing us some bones. That's why you can't be mad. Some people already like, throw him under the bus, but it's like, nah, he's still throwing you some bones. You just got to be right there to catch him.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm so black pilled on the Fed and everything else, man. I'm like, I don't see any. I don't know what he was doing with it. Maybe he was throwing some bone. I think he does do that occasionally too. He's like, so his deeper supporters are like, yeah, man, he's still out there for us and stuff like that. That's why I think he does that sometimes. But
he got to.
Yeah, he definitely does. I even seen rumors that him and Rand Paul was going to jump on the 2020 ticket, man.
Him and Rand Paul together?
Yeah, I seen that rumor.
Word.
I think that Jack Prosbiak threw that out there.
Hey, y'all might make me vote. Yeah, I might be down for that. Because I see it right here. He said, thanks, Rand Paul. I guess Rand Paul said something about him. I am very proud of the president. This is exactly what he promised. And I think the people agree with him. We've been at war too long and in too many places. Spent several $1 trillion on these wars everywhere. He's different. That's why he got elected. Yeah, Rand Paul sucking up. He want to get, he trying to get in that White House. He like, I'll settle for vice. I'll settle for vice under that MAGA camp. He know what he doing. He want to get on that winning team.
He definitely does, man. Metal Dogs, thanks for the donation. Muhammad Ali didn't apologize for shit. Why give $4.4 billion a year to Israel? It's too much.
35 billion for their border security, by the way. We can't get 5 billion. Just want to throw that out there.
Damn, that's some cheddar. That's some cheddar.
What was I gonna say? Syria. You see what happened as soon as we pulled out, right? Woo! You see, who was it that attacked?
They
Iran.
Yeah, the IDF allegedly bombed some
IDF.
Iranian targets.
Yes, thank you. That's why. Remember, I told you last week. I said the troops are over there and certain people want to attack, but they can't because American troops are there and they don't want to hurt them American troops.
Yeah.
As soon as we pull out, what happened? Started getting it popping, right?
Yeah.
That's I'm telling you, that's the thing with Syria. We weren't gonna pull out unless we knew somebody else was gonna come in and handle our dirty work while we gone. Cause they trying to secure that region. They got to get that oil money, man.
Yeah, I think I've been studying some of this stuff. They're saying they're trying to get the Kurdistan popping,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It looks like Kurds might be in a tough row. Yeah, that happened on Christmas, man. Now I've known that there's other events in history, wars that started like on holidays and stuff like that. But I was kind of taken aback by that. But
Merry Christmas.
Said it was Santa Claus on a sleigh. They said some Santa. There was reindeer. No, there wasn't missiles. There was reindeer coming across.
Boy, watch out below.
Ho ho ho!
Yo, they don't care, yo. They bombing niggas on Christmas. Trump pulled out and they bombed on Christmas. I'm telling you, man. Y'all gotta keep your eye open.
Because I think it was almost immediate because Mathis had already signed the orders and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they was out of there. Jordan Peele, man. He got a new movie coming out. And I never seen a trailer cause such a commotion in the culture. You know, it looked decent. You know, it had a black family, dark skinned family. We know how colorism is important in the current year of our Lord 2018. And, you know, from I hear it's not like quote unquote a black film. It's just a film that's starring black people in it. I think that's a distinction. And then the funny thing is the parent, he was playing I Got Five on it. It had the kids in the back and it came out to be a deep discussion about I Got Loonies, I Got Five on it, man. I'm like, come on, man. Not everything has to be so deep. Why do we take movies and make them so much? Huh?
What did they say it was?
They were saying that was like fighting cultural oppression, and I Got Five on it means so much, man. And I'm telling you, man.
I'm smoking some weed. Oh, this new generation. Come on, yo. They got no culture. I'm telling you, they got no black culture in them, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, that's just a classic hip hop song, man. And you know, and I read an interview what Peele said. He said he just, you know, I think they're in Northern California, and he wanted a Bay song, so that was one he picked, and he wanted to pick something that, you know, the parents listen to, but then there's going to be this kind of friction between, you know, should you let your kids listen to it and all that, but I don't know. It's like Jordan Peele's the new, I don't know. They love his stuff, right? But then some people are saying they're not gonna support because his wife is white.
Oh yeah, yeah, she's an ally.
But my point is, why are we taking movies and entertainment so seriously? This is one of my beefs about Black American culture. We take movies and stuff way too serious.
I honestly, I saw the thing. It said it was trending. I was like, oh, new trailer. Like, let me go watch this shit. So I go watch the trailer. I was like, oh, it's a horror movie. Cool. So now I go check the trend to see what people are saying about it. And they're like, oh, this is special for the culture. I'm like, yo, what? I'm like, yo, first of all, I didn't notice that everybody was brown skinned.
Right.
I didn't notice it. I didn't think about it like, oh, this is a new black movie. To me, if Eddie Murphy ain't producing it, it ain't a black movie. Because, you know, Eddie going to produce it from the bank all the way down.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he going to play in all the parts. He gonna play all the parts. But to me, like, I didn't see this as a black movie because there was no black cultural aspect to it. I guess maybe the music or maybe something else is, but I, this comes down to the fact that these blabbity suburban blacks have
Hmm.
no black culture. So anything black that the white man show them, they cling on to. Like, oh, this is it right here. This is it right here. This is my culture and representation. Because they feel like they just been deprived of it their whole lives, I guess. But um, the Indians don't have that problem. The Asians don't have that problem. We the only ones that seem to have that identity crisis. That's what it is. It's an identity crisis.
Yeah. And I think there's like this fitting in thing, like you said, some of the people that the blacks that come from the suburbs or they come from areas that there's not a lot of black people, that sometimes they try to fit in with, other areas where there's more populous, black population. And that, they do stupid stuff, man. And they take stuff too serious,
Mm-hmm.
it's a shame, you should take your experience. It shouldn't matter where you grew up at. You're still black. I mean, regardless. But some people try too hard, and that's why I think some of these people are doing and stuff like that. But you're right about Eddie Murphy movies because Eddie Murphy put out some, a lot of black movies. And they weren't
Boomerang,
all. It's like what was it, Boomerang?
Coming to
Uh,
America,
what's the other joint with
all the
the
Beverly Hills Cops,
Yeah, but all the Beverly Hills Cops. The comedy joint. What's the comedy joint?
Nutty Professors, Norbit,
Yeah,
the Delirious, all the
yeah.
stand-ups, Raw, uh,
No, but the one he had Red Fox and everybody. Richard Pryor was in it.
Harlem Nights.
Harlem Nights.
That was a classic. That's a classic period. I bet you none of these kids that's cheering for us ever saw Harlem Nights. If they saw it, they'd probably be like, "Oh, this is problematic. This is problematic." That's what they would probably say. Yeah, but yeah, Della Reese was in that.
Yeah, Della Reese. Everybody was in that.
Charlie Murphy.
Yeah.
That movie's hilarious.
It was, man.
I mean,
I might have to watch that again.
like who else is producing black movies?
Nothing. People are saying it's Peel, Coogler, and
No, producing,
producing.
paying for it.
Oh, paying for it. The check, the check
Where's
writers.
that check coming from, and where's it going to when it's done?
Right.
Because if it's run by the white man and paid for by the white man, that's a white movie, and that's what people have
So
been talking about too. They're like, if a black movie is black on the outside but owned by white people, is it still a black cultural movie? Oh no, Spike got a couple. We forgot to mention Spike,
right. Spike got a couple.
John Singleton.
Yeah, John. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. They're just not the same anymore. I don't know. I don't know if I've been checking for it, but I don't know. Are people even trying to do it? I think there's new wave. Oh, what's that girl's name?
cool.
Um, I don't know. I forget her name. Black woman.
Producing movies.
Yeah. I thought it was or is that TV shows? That's TV show, right? I got it confused.
I don't know.
Who's the girl that giving all the awards to? Every time I see her, she getting an award.
Oh, you talking about over at VH1? The one that produced Love and Hip Hop?
No, not that stuff.
Oh,
That's Mona Scott, isn't
that
it?
Mona Scott. That's Mona Scott. Not her.
No.
I don't know. It's a lot of black women moving right now. It's a whole black movement, black female movement. Period. Women taking over.
Yeah, this one guy says Shonda Rhimes. They're deep. They're deep in there in Hollywood. But I think we. And to be honest, in my perfect world, I think black people need to take a step back from Hollywood and entertainment, and we spend too much money on it, too much time on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just look at, what they talk about all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's TV show after TV show. I'm like you're watching people like play roles, living out somebody else's fantasy life instead of living out that fantasy life yourself.
Yeah.
And like this new movie, was it Black Box or on Netflix? Everybody
Bird
talking
Box.
about it. Yeah, I'm like, I ain't seen it yet, man. The way y'all talk, I'm not gonna watch it for like 2 years. I might turn it on 2 years from now to see what y'all was really hype about.
I turned that shit on. I was like, what is this Bird Box? I'll be waiting for something to pop on Twitter. Bird Box
Okay.
came on like an hour in. I'm like, man, I'm going to sleep. This shit corny, that shit was corny as hell, yo. I ain't watching that dumbass shit. I don't even know how the movie ended. They
For
talk about
real?
it. I
It
got
wasn't no good.
that movie was trash, B. Somebody paid somebody to hype that up somewhere in Black Twitter. I don't know, or somebody caught on to it and made it a fad, and everybody went and watched it just so they could be on the inside of the joke. You know what I mean? Just so they could understand the memes that were coming across the screen. You know what I mean? But the movie was trash, my G.
Oh man, Issa Rae was the one I was talking about. Thanks, Albert
Issa
Hughes.
Rae.
Thanks for Issa Rae knowledge.
Oh yeah. Issa Rae. They got the torch on Issa Rae now, but she producing bullshit. Like she coming at Hoteps and all of that. Like, bitch. I take that back. I'm sorry. Hotep Jesus has to do better.
Oh my gosh, man.
I be really hurt when people attack the Hoteps. I be really hurt, bro. Like we supposed to be family, man. We supposed to be family. But look what they did with Black Panther.
Yeah.
White man movie, white man idea, but they came out dressed African. They pulled the dashikis out for that. Hoteps could never get it. We was like, yo, y'all gotta rock the dashikis. We gotta come back to Mother Nature. Couldn't do it. That white man put that on that screen. Bro, everybody, the Hotep community just came up. I was like, now everybody Hotep shout word. That's what it is. That's my people.
Yeah, that's hilarious. That man made them black folks put the dashiki on, man.
Oh, I'm so hurt, bro.
Oh my gosh. The day after Christmas starts Kwanzaa.
Yes.
Emoji first day. Kuji Chagalia today.
Kuji Chagalia.
Unity is the first day. Self-determination is today. And I noticed, you brought this up, and it just dawned on me that they do this every year. And for some reason, I'm like, I don't get why white conservatives attack Kwanzaa. Mm-hmm. The Mark Dices, the Ann Coulters, they do it every year. I guess they do it just try to trigger people, get some hits their way. You know how it goes. But I'm like, what?
Yeah. I unloaded. I was timing it. It was Christmas Day, and I was like, what's going to happen next? And I'm like, okay, tomorrow's Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa means Mark Dice is going to attack. Let me get preemptive on this thing here. So I waited till midnight, and I was like, happy Kwanzaa, crackers. Like ready for war. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I said, yo, watch the white conservatives get mad tomorrow. So I started the triggering before it even got boiled up. So by the time the morning came around, everybody was already warmed up. And then the Mark Dice thing came around. And then when the Mark Dice and the Ann Coulter thing came around, mad people came back apologizing to me like, yo, you was right. Like, I didn't think it was like this. And I'm like, yo, I'm trying to tell you, every year, these people attack Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
They attack Kwanzaa. And I'm just like, wow, like why are you attacking? Like, I don't attack nobody's holidays. The only one I attack is Christmas, and that's to get a preemptive strike on Kwanzaa. Like I got fired first. I'm not letting you shoot first. You know what I'm saying? I gotta
Right.
shoot you early, get my advantage. But other than that, like leave people holidays alone, yo.
Yeah, I don't get that. And the thing is, like, if you look up, you know, the principles of Kwanzaa, these same people that are trashing Kwanzaa will trash. They'll say, Chicago is like overrun and crime is rampant. Baltimore, crime is rampant. San Francisco, there's homeless everywhere. So, and then they'll point to the inner cities. All the black youth is out of control. These are the same people that are mad at Kwanzaa. So my point, why would you mean if black Americans like took hold of Kwanzaa and try to practice that in their everyday life, weekly life, monthly life, it'd be a lot better. You wouldn't have as many problems as you do today.
Yes.
So why would they down something that could help black America? I don't get it. I'm like, what is wrong with y'all, man? Y'all, I guess they're trying to play the fear thing. They think it's going to replace Christmas, or they're just trying to troll black people. I'm just like, that's the corniest stuff I ever seen, man. And they bring up the guy who started Kwanzaa. He's working for the FBI. I guess he helped take down the Panthers in there was an assault case on a woman and stuff like that. That's all. I understand that.
I don't.
No, but my point is that doesn't discredit what Kwanzaa can do for black people. You know what I mean? Every religion has
Dirt.
all these holidays like Thanksgiving and everything like that. Are we going to pull up Thanksgiving?
Right.
No. The violence that was behind Thanksgiving.
Right.
People they get their turkeys and carve them up every year. They don't care about the Indians dying or anything else. So why would they pick Kwanzaa out and say, oh, this guy who started Kwanzaa was a bad guy, when throughout American history, a lot of stuff we've practiced has been started by bad guys.
Yeah. All I'm saying is the dude went down for allegedly assault and kidnapping and torturing, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many people do kidnapping, torturing, or whatever and come home in only 4 years, right? So either he cooperating or he innocent.
Right.
And they ain't really got nothing on him. So they had to get him, because the charges he actually went down on isn't what he got arrested for.
Right.
If he was a patsy, he wouldn't have did no time. He'd have been home, or we wouldn't have heard about it. But the fact that he's this big iconic figure, they never put their agents like that, these big iconic figures, unless they Anderson Cooper. it's it. Unless it's those Anderson Coopers of the world.
Damn.
But this whole trope about him being an agent and him beating on these women, like you said, has nothing to do with nothing. But I do not believe the accusations held against that man, because we have known the FBI and CIA to infiltrate black groups, pin drugs on them, and all types of false accusations on black men, and the courts to incarcerate black men at a higher rate than all other people worldwide, right? So why would I believe the white man now? This is what's wrong with the nod. They say it's mass incarceration, right? And I'm talking to black people now. Forget white people. I'm talking to black people. Black people, I'm not celebrating this FBI. So you believe the FBI over the black brother. That's what you're saying. That's what you're telling me. You're telling me you believe Wikipedia, you believe Google, and over your own black pride, your own black people, right? That's what y'all telling me. So really, y'all not pro-black. Really, y'all not black first. Y'all going, because we could talk about a whole lot of issues and bad dealings of the founding fathers of America. The founding fathers of America had a lot of dirt.
Right.
I ain't gonna put that out there. But there was some thugs and there was some gangsters.
Yeah, basically.
Literally. The average gangster right now couldn't stand toe to toe with George Washington. That's how much of a thug he was. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So let's just be clear that nobody's past is clean. But again, if the principles are sound, what's wrong with it?
Right.
What's wrong
And
with it?
it's the, I was thinking this is the same thing y'all these same people complained about when people went and took down those Civil War
Right.
statues and stuff like that. The complaint that the left was using, that Robert E. Lee, he fought against the slavery, he had slaves and stuff like that. So you're agreeing with so now you want to use the same thing they're using. Like, I was like, man, keep them up there, man. I don't care, man. let them statues stay up there.
Yeah.
How are you agreeing with something you were adamantly against? You're
Yes.
saying, oh, it's culture, it's culture, it's culture, it's Southern culture. Okay, right, that's fine. Let them stay up there. Then leave Kwanzaa. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. How can you complain on one end and do the exact same thing on the other?
Correct.
It's mind boggling to me.
Correct. Correct. This is the hypocrisy. This is the bigotry. This is exactly what the problem is in America, man. And it's affecting everybody. It's affecting everybody. People just lost all sense of common sense.
Mm-hmm. Yo, what about your boys TPUSA, man? They kicking more brothers out, man. You talk about the bigotry. They clean it. If you a brother and got into TPUSA, you must be ultra clean, man.
Boy, you clean as a whistle.
So,
Boy, too clean to be trusted.
well, they kicked the boy Kevin Martin off, right?
Kevin Martin got banned. Hold up, I'm pulling up the tweets right now. This is crazy. So this is what happened. TPUSA had their SAS event in Florida this past weekend, I guess, or last week or something. And Kevin Martin said the staff told me that Officer Tatum wants to kick me out because of what you said about Blexic and Candace Owens. Officer Tatum, I remember that was the guy that they sent. Good guy, good brother. They sent him to send me the bad news. And but he does not have the authority to kick you out. You're fine. Go back to your seat. We are glad to have you here. Two big security guards cornered me and sandwiched me as Charlie Kirk got in my face and began screaming, "What the F are you doing here? Get the F out of here. You aren't credentialed to be here." And a couple more seconds of profanity laced verbal assaults coupled with hot breath and spit. Sound like he writing a novel at this point. As the security guard tried to calm him down, they told him that they had confirmed my credentials and they were good. Now, let me just say something about Charlie Kirk's demeanor. I hung out with Charlie Kirk. I had breakfast and dinner with Charlie Kirk. Sat in on 2 meetings with Charlie Kirk. And he did lose his temper one time around us. So,
did he?
Oh, yes, he did. It was a you Negroes better get back in line type moment. Cause we was chilling, right? It was at breakfast. This is an exclusive story right here. Like somebody daily caller, somebody go pick this shit up. Watch. We sitting at breakfast, and you know what I mean. Breakfast was delicious. It's beautiful breakfast. Paid for by Charlie Kirk and TPUSA in Arizona at the Phoenicia Hotel. Anyway, all the Negroes, we all sitting around table, around massa, and and we was talking, and he was trying to speak, and he couldn't get our attention. And I'm sitting right next to him, and he goes, "Hey!" And he yells like that. And I looked at him like, "Oh, this nigga just screamed on us." Well, not us, because I was sitting right next to him. But he screamed on, I'm going to say us, because I was there, right?
Right.
I was like, oh, damn, like, yeah, that is massa. So let's be clear. Charlie Kirk is, that is his demeanor. So much for free speech. I have never experienced fascist mob until this week. Not once, not twice, but 3 times at a Turning Point USA sponsored event put on by Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens, an event that I was accepted to, welcome at, and paid to attend. All I want is a refund for my tickets, travel expenses, so on and so forth. Apparently, he couldn't get a refund. I don't know if he's gotten a refund since. But then there's this other tweet from CJ Pearson. And CJ Pearson basically saying something similar.
Yeah, that's the young boy, right?
That's the young boy. He said, so when Political Kathy, it was Political Kathy that broke this story to me, at least, or to a lot of people. Candace Owens responded and said, this is painfully wrong and inaccurate. You have no idea what you're talking about. And then CJ Pearson replies, but what I'm saying is accurate, Candace. Not sure what I might have said that prevented my attendance in SAS, but any explanation would be appreciated. So apparently CJ Pearson has been snubbed by TPUSA. Let me just let y'all know one thing. There's only space for one Negro. And one Negro only at TPUSA, and that's Candace Owens. God damn it. The rest of you motherfuckers get in line.
Yo, Charlie Kirk got an award, I think,
He should.
just the other day.
He should.
He doing good. He doing God's work. Get no shots.
He been beasting this year.
Yeah, man. He's carving out a hole for himself. I don't know what his goals are, but he's if he puts, hey, I don't know.
I'm proud
Maybe
of him.
some future administration will have him doing something. You know what I mean? But I see he's getting awards, man. When they start giving you awards, they got some places for you to go, man.
What award did he get? You remember?
Hold on. Let me look it up, man.
See what award? Charlie, I think Charlie deserves an award. You know what I mean? Like, all opinions aside, he worked hard this year. He put on a lot of events, and he brought a lot of people together, and all across. He put Candace on tour. He made Candace a star, technically. Actually, it was Anomaly made her a star, and then he took her to the next level, got her that consistent, Fox News buzz. But him and Candace Owens have been a mean team this year, a force to be reckoned with, and they're not sharing no spotlight. It's just them. Like, the rest of y'all better be worshipers, straight up and down. That's a dynasty right there. That's a kingdom that they building right there, and I think that's the difference between, and that's what people don't get with Hotep. Hotep. People like, yo, you be pissing people off. I'm like, yo, I'm not here for followers. I'm here for leaders. I'm trying to work with leaders. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if TPUSA is trying to work with leaders. You know what I mean? They might be wanting to talk to, like, influencers or whatever that word means these days. But they're not trying to fuck with leaders. You know what I mean?
Oh, the Washington Free Beacon named him Man of the Year.
Man of the Year? Whoa! Yes. Over who?
I don't know who he was over.
Wow. Man of the Year. I would have said Rookie of the Year. Man of the Year? Wow. That's a hell of an award, boy. That's a hell of an award. Congratulations to Charlie Kirk, man. I need somebody to hold something, you know what I mean? So Hotep Jesus can win an award, man. I said the right wing need to I said on InfoWars, the right wing need their own award show.
Yeah, they do. They need to do a lot of things. We'll see what if they get anything on the ball.
Too many boomers. Too many boomers in the right wing. That's the problem. You know what I mean? Like, Charlie's the only one with the young juice that's moving out here. That's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right. Anyway, that's it, man. I don't know. You got anything else, man?
We got the Hoteps BEEN Told You shirts.
Oh, yeah. Hoteps BEEN Told You shirts. Hold on, let me, do I have it open here?
Grab that link. We got
let me put a link in the,
I'll be updating the YouTube thumbnail soon. Shout out to Ben Settle. Shout out to Ray Sins, Suzanne Lervold. Shout out to Lipster Davis. Shout out to my homie Big Will. Shout out to the king of R&B, Chris Brown. King of the new R&B, Chris Brown.
Yo, they try to lock Chris Brown up for having like a cat or something.
For having a monkey.
A monkey. They gonna give him 6 months.
They trying to get him for anything, man. Somebody said he should have had a license or something. I'm like, man, they just trying to get Chris, man. Anybody else, they would have went down to the precinct, paid their little fine, you know what I mean, got their license and kept it moving. Chris Brown, nah, they trying to lock him up. That was Paris Hilton. She'd have walked up in there and walked up out of there 20 minutes.
Yeah, I put the link in there. I know Patreon. A lot of everybody's leaving Patreon. You know, I lost another 10 subscribers. I lost like half my subscribers. You know, I think Ruben and Peterson are trying to create a new platform. But if you want to donate to the show, to the cause, we got some T-shirts you can buy. Uncle Hotep Store Envy shirt site. Just hit the link in the box and choose what you want.
Hell yeah.
And that's all I got, man.
Episode 27. Appreciate everybody for watching. See y'all next week, man. See you next week,
All right, yo.
All right, yo.
Peace.